Hello guys, welcome back to the Only Recaps channel. In this video I am going to explain one off the romantic movie called After We Fell, released in 2021. The movie starts with a flashback in which Tessa's mother, Carol, kicks her dad, Richard, out of the house because he was an alcoholic. Tessa runs after her dad to stop them, but her dad doesn't stop. After this, at the end of last part, we saw that Tessa's dad comes in front of him. After this, Tessa comes home with her dad, but Hardin doesn't like this at all. Hardin feels like Tessa's dad will hurt her again, so he doesn't treat her well. After that, he tells her that he had written many letters to Tessa, but Tessa's mom never told her about those letters. Hardin is not very happy with the situation because he doesn't trust Richard. After hearing his snide remarks at the table, Tessa takes him away for a private talk and asks him to stop, as he should be happy that she's giving her father a second chance. Hardin says that he just doesn't trust the man and wants to protect Tessa, but she says that she doesn't need his protection. Later, Hardin talks separately with Richard and offers him money, saying he knows he is here for this, so he will not let him hurt Tessa. However, Richard says he doesn't want any money, he is here to have a good relationship with his daughter. He tells Hardin that he knows Hardin has no reason to trust him, but he should give him a chance. Tessa goes to the park with Landon, Hardin's stepbrother, and he asks her about her plans to settle in Seattle. Hardin arrives, listening to the last part of their conversation, and says that it seems like Landon knows more about her than he does. When Landon goes away, he asks Tessa when she is supposed to move, and she says in a week. She tells him that she didn't know whether he would be back or not, so she did not tell him. Tessa says that is a great opportunity for her, and that he was hoping he could come with her. However, Hardin says he wanted to go to London with her and wanted to tell her, but it doesn't matter now. Tessa says they will continue this discussion some other time as she has to go to class. Hardin comes home upset from here. There he sees Tessa's dad going somewhere. After this, Hardin also comes with them to give them company. Both of them go a bar. Both of them start talking while drinking. Then Hardin shows Tessa's photos to her dad. Meanwhile, another man also reaches there, and after seeing Tessa's photos, he starts making dirty comments on her. Hearing this, Hardin gets very angry and he starts beating the man right there. The waiter then calls Tessa from Hardin's phone and asks Tessa to come to the bar. Then Tessa also reached that bar. After this, they come home. At home, Tessa asks Hardin the reason for the fight. Hardin tells Tessa that the man was making dirty comments after seeing your photos. Next day, Tessa's dad tells Tessa that he has to go out for some work. Tessa gives him her number and says that she will stay in touch with me. Later, she goes to Vance Publishing, where Kimberly offers her to live with them when they move to Seattle. She found out through Kimberly that Vance had offered a job to Hardin in Seattle and it could be whatever he wants, but Hardin refused. She later confronts Hardin about the job and he explains that he didn't want the job and wasn't aware at that time that she was also moving there. They decide that they need to communicate more to make this relationship work. Tessa and Hardin go to spend a weekend at a lake house with Hardin's father, his stepmother, and his stepbrother. They have a fun time there and Hardin communicates more with his stepfamily. Tessa talks to Landon and mentions that she is having second thoughts about moving away, but he advises her to follow her dreams and says that if Hardin loves her, he will find a way to be with her. Later that night, they go out for dinner at a restaurant where Hardin meets his old friend Lillian and seems to have a great bond with him, which makes Tessa a little jealous. Hardin goes to sit with his friend while they all prepare to order at their table. The waiter tries to be more frank than Tessa. Seeing this, Hardin behaves rudely with the waiter. Then Tessa and Hardin go to a pool and make a lot of love in the pool. Hardin asks her if she is moving to Seattle for Trevor and if she ever had any feelings for him. Tessa admits that she felt something for him. Hardin storms away upon hearing that, and when Tessa tries to contact him, he tells her that he is out with Lillian. Tessa also decides to go out. She meets Robert, who invites her to join them as they are staying after hours at the hotel. The waiter tells Tessa that our friends have organized a small party. Would you like to join that party? Then we see Tessa reaches that party. But then Hardin also comes to the same party with his friends. Tessa gets very angry seeing Hardin there like this, and she angrily leaves from there. Then the waiter comes Tessa and tells Tessa that if you ever come to New York, call me. Saying this, he gives Tessa his number. Next morning, Tessa comes to Hardin, but Hardin is very angry with Tessa because Hardin finds the paper on which the waiter had written his number and given it to Tessa. Tessa tries hard to convince Hardin, but Hardin doesn't listen to Tessa's words. He angrily tells Tessa that the job you have got is because of me, because I was the one who introduced you to Vance. Actually, Vance is Tessa's boss. After this, Hardin goes and sits in the car, but Hardin's dad notices their behavior. Then he tells Tessa you are the best for Hardin, because when you're with Hardin, he is very happy. After that, Tessa leaves for the jobs without informing Hardin. Then we see Hardin comes to meet Wayans. Here Vance offers him the job again. but Hardin refuses his offer again. We then see Hardin in his house. He finds Tessa's notebook in the house. He starts reading it, in which Tessa had written that she loves Hardin very much. She wants to trust Hardin, but Hardin breaks her heart again and again. Hardin doesn't feel good after reading this. Here we see that both Tessa and Hardin had not called each other for a long time. Finally, Tessa calls Hardin, but she hears another girl's voice from the front. She disconnects the phone as soon as she hears the voice. Then Hardin calls Tessa and says sorry, telling her that the girl is his gym trainer. Then we see Tessa and Kimberly sitting. Then Vance also comes there. He tells Tessa that Hardin has got very good marks this time, and you have a hand in it somewhere. One night, Hardin has a dream. He dreams that the waiter and Tessa are romancing. The next morning, Hardin arrives at Tessa's place to meet her. Here, Tessa starts getting closer to Hardin, but Hardin still has that dream going on in his mind. That's why Hardin doesn't like all this, and hence Hardin makes an excuse and leaves from there. Then we see Tessa and Kimberly. Here, Kimberly explains to Tessa that such problems keep coming in the relationship. You have to learn to handle these problems. Then we see Hardin. He was punching a boxing bag at midnight. Hearing the sound of boxing, Tessa reaches there. She asks Hardin, what has happened to you? At this, Hardin tells him about his dream. After hearing all the things, Tessa tells Hardin that I am with you and I will not leave you anywhere. We then see Tessa at Kimberly's house. There, Kimberly asks Tessa if you are going to Hardin's mom's wedding. But Tessa doesn't know anything about this, so she asks Hardin about it. Hardin says, I haven't even decided myself, so how could I tell you? After this, when Hardin goes back to his house, he sees that the door of the house is open. Seeing this, he thinks that a thief has entered the house. But then he sees that there is no one else inside but Tessa's dad. Richard explains that he owes money to certain individuals who had beaten him. Hardin offers Richard his watch, instructing him to sell it to pay off his debt. Hardin speaks with his father about transferring to Seattle. His father suggests waiting until his graduation in 2 months to ensure he's part of his son's achievement. Hardin agrees and then discusses his mother's upcoming wedding. His father indicates that she'll be happy as Mike, the man she is marrying, is a good person. Returning to Seattle, Hardin attends an event hosted by Vance and informs Tessa that he plans to move there. He later speaks with Vance, who questions why he isn't attending his mother's wedding. Hardin responds that he doesn't want to involve Tessa in his old life by taking her to the wedding. Vance advises Hardin that Tessa never makes him feel bad about his past, so he should trust her. He further emphasizes that a wedding is a significant moment in everyone's life and encourages Hardin to be part of his mother's special day. Hardin and Tessa attend the wedding, where Tessa quickly bonds with Trish, while Hardin remains distant. During the night, Hardin struggles to sleep and goes to get water. There, he stumbles upon his mother having sex with Vance. Enraged, he repeatedly pinches Vance until Tessa intervenes and pulls him away. Trish's wedding takes place the following day. During the event, Kimberly talks with Tessa and reveals that she's aware of Vance's infidelity, but can't stay angry with him because she loves him. Meanwhile, Hardin visits a bar with Vance and they discuss the events of the previous night. Vance then reveals to Hardin that he is his biological father. Kimberly also shares this news with Tessa. Overwhelmed by the revelation, Hardin storms out and Tessa goes after him. They meet in the middle of the road where they hug and share a passionate kiss. I hope you enjoy the video. Be sure to like the video if you like it and subscribe to our channel to get more pictures so you can keep up to date. Stay tuned to our channel for more videos, and thanks for watching.